What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the B-SRTN podcast.
Hey, I'm Brandon.
I'm single Rikki.
And I am taking Nick. Look, guys, it's not Super Bowl Sunday, but it's really close. Right? It's literally tomorrow.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, it was 2 days ago. For us, it's tomorrow. So we're gonna go a little football episode. We're gonna go all encompassing. I don't think that's the word. Encompassed.
All encompassing.
Encompassing.
By football, you mean football, right?
Not football.
Football?
American football. Why
Ah.
that was Russian, I don't know.
Super Bowl.
How you good though? We watch Super Bowl on Sunday.
While we eat the wing.
But yeah, so we'll all be hanging out. Rikki, I think you're doing your own thing, which I heard what you were doing, and I am kind of on board with what you're doing. So
Wait, what are you doing?
I am hosting a commercial bowl.
Nice.
It will be on in the living room here, but we are going to mute the game because I am just tired of these same contestants. So
no, we're gonna get to that.
Honestly, it's just an excuse for us to watch the commercials and eat some good food.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. So we're gonna. I want to put a pause on that because if I let Rikki keep rolling right now, she's gonna ruin one of my segments. So we're gonna get into that.
I am gonna say though that actually all started just as a joke because I was so mad. But whatever.
Very true. So was I. I shouldn't do this now, but I will. The Bills should be there, just 100%. So let's just know that the Bills should be in the Super Bowl. They are not.
And the Panthers.
Not yet, Brandon.
Brandon might get canceled after this episode.
They were so close this year, you know?
So close, Brandon.
Yeah.
So we've got some would you rathers that are all football related. We've got some real and true that might get a little controversial. We'll see how that one goes. And then we'll get a little nerdy. I'm going to ask you guys, I've got 4 facts. Maybe I've got more than that. 5 facts about 6 different players that'll be playing in the Super Bowl. And we'll see if you guys can figure out who they are. So, all right, let's do this. Let's get into silly. Would you rather? This is kind of why I was going to have Jeremy here, but he was like, I don't really want to. Kids, right? Just support your parents' dreams. That's what they should. I'm just kidding. All right, would you rather? Would you rather take a hit from a linebacker as a quarterback or as a kicker? Would you rather be a quarterback playing in the game and get just laid out by a linebacker, or would you rather be a kicker, and get hit by one while you're kicking?
I feel like I would rather be the quarterback and do it because you're halfway expecting it. The punters, kickers, I don't think they ever think they're going to get hit. And then they're not really like as big and bulky as most other players, and quarterbacks at least have some muscle and stuff like that. I feel like a kicker could really get hurt. So that's my vote.
I'm gonna go with kicker. Because, I'm already in the motion of kicking. Studs up. If they want to come run into it, hurt themselves, that's on them. You know what I'm saying?
Brandon, you woke up and chose violence. I heard nothing other than I would have kicked this dude in the face.
He's coming after me. He's asking for it, right? It's like the only time you can go cleats up, and it's okay.
Sorry, my mind's working here. Let me.
Oh God.
And I hope the football hits him in the face too. You know.
You want them hit with the football and your cleat.
Yep. I bet you he won't do it a second time.
Wow. All right, I'm gonna go quarterback. I'm kind of like Rikki. Like you kind of always expect to get hit as a quarterback. So, and if you play for the Panthers, then it's pretty much every play you know you're going to get hit. So, all right. So now my mind started working, and now I got to really like think. Give me a famous football player from a movie, whether it's a real player, not real player, fake player, fiction, nonfiction, doesn't matter.
From a movie.
Yeah, just any of them.
Michael Orr.
Yeah, he's real. I know I told you real, but let's go non-real.
Is that the guy from The Blind Side?
Yes.
Yeah. That's
Give me
what I was
somebody
thinking. I
else.
can't remember his name. Oh, so a fake player.
Yeah, give me a fake player. Actually, I have it. I have it.
I don't know any. I don't remember players' names. I was thinking like remember the Titans.
That's what I was
Okay.
thinking too. Denzel.
Yeah,
which is the greatest football movie of all time.
it's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Well, one of them.
The greatest football
One of
movie
them.
of all time. The. As much as it is the Ohio State, it's the best football movie. Okay. Did either one of y'all see the movie The Replacements?
Yes.
Years and years ago.
With
It's Keanu Reeves.
yeah, Keanu. Yep.
So he played a guy named Shane Falco. Would you? This is not on my would you rather list, but the mind of an idiot. I didn't know what else to call myself.
Genius.
Would you rather be Shane Falco for a day or Bobby Boucher for a day?
Bobby Boucher.
First, if you can't tell, I'm going Bobby Boucher. My mama says alligator to honor it because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds good, Bobby Boucher.
I think I would go Bobby Boucher also. I think it would just be fun to live that life for a day.
And who doesn't want to drive around on a lawnmower everywhere you go?
That's true.
All right. So let me get back to my actual would you rather's. My mama. Oh gosh. Now, like quotes in my head are just like, I'm getting off topic. Okay. Would you rather win the Super Bowl and never play? So you rode the bench the entire time. Or would you rather be the star player, and lose the Super Bowl?
That's pretty easy for me. I want to put me in coach. I'm ready to play. And no offense to the people who do sit on the bench. If your team wins, you were obviously the better team, whatever. Good job. But it's no disrespect to them either. A lot of those people are, second, third lines. So it takes people getting hurt and stuff like that. Nobody wishes that on anyone. But yeah, for me personally, I wouldn't feel like it was a win if I was on the bench the whole time.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Say that again.
I'd rather play. I'd rather play in the game and lose. I think
I'm the same way. Like, yes, winning a Super Bowl would be fun, but like, people would know. Like, if you were that third or fourth string for me because I'm a big dude. I'm fourth string O line, and I didn't touch the ball. I didn't do anything. I didn't touch the grass. I didn't do anything. But I had a ring. You can't go show that ring off to people. Like you're like, oh man, look, I got a ring. They're like, who are you?
You are.
You're the third string punter and you never punt. You're like, yeah, I got a ring, and they're like, who are you? I'm like, the backup to the backup punter.
Hey, punters are people too.
Punters are people too.
I have a friend that says that.
Look, if Jeremy's football career doesn't work the way we want it, he's got a pretty decent leg from soccer. We'll just turn him into a punter or place kicker, whichever one. So, y'all are just gonna be quiet. All right, so so this is just random too. What is your favorite line from Bobby Boucher in The Waterboy?
Gatorade H2O. That's the only line I really remember.
Yeah,
That's a good scene though.
Yeah.
My memory is horrible. I can't think of any right now on the spot like that.
Rikki.
I love that movie though.
The water's from a glacier. I don't remember where at. Antarctica, maybe? It's from a glacier in Antarctica. So it's always cold.
You know a lot of lines from that movie. That's good.
Yeah.
I
I'm
love Vicky. She likes me. Not gonna finish we won't finish that one, but and I like them too. Everything's the devil. Okay, we're good. All right, let's go real and true. Real and true, because this is gonna get a little crazy. Might get out of hand. So first off, let's just do this. First off, what are the predictions for the Super Bowl? Who do you have winning, and what's the score?
The Budweiser commercial with the Clydesdales for the win.
Rikki, who's winning the game, Rikki? Not
People who
commercials.
don't watch it.
That's our answer. Anyone
Those people win.
that doesn't watch.
Well, it's going to be a hard fought battle till the end. I'm going to say the Panthers got it. And that's who's playing, right? Panthers versus Redskins.
Yeah, that's it.
I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I think it's going to be the Chiefs 24-17.
24-7. You're going Chiefs for the win.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Chiefs too. I mean, Taylor Swift's going to be there. So, I mean, she's basically the first string.
Right.
You know, the whole team knows she's watching.
Yep.
So they're going to give it their all. And, yeah. I'm going to
What's the score?
I'm going to say 28 to 24.
All right, so both of you have the Chiefs winning. Not okay with that at all. Because I want the Chiefs not to win.
I didn't say I want them to win. That's just who I think will win. I don't want either of these teams to win. I don't want either of these teams here.
I am anti-Philly because of baseball. So I am anti-Philly everything. What I am more anti right now is the anti Kansas City Chiefs. So I cannot in any facet say that they're going to win because they're not. I believe it's probably going to be a high-scoring game just because these are two really high-powered offenses. I'm going 45 Eagles, 38 Chiefs.
All right.
And then again, I agree with Rikki that anybody that chooses not to watch this game probably wins. All right. So, what are y'all's thoughts, man? Obviously, Rikki, you have some thoughts here about both teams and both of them being back in the Super Bowl. Brennan, I think you maybe have some thoughts there too. Is the NFL rigged at this point? Do they want specific teams to be there and they'll do anything they can to get them there? Is it scripted? Give us some thoughts.
I don't think it's rigged like that. I think there are teams who have more money and get better players. And build from that. I do think a lot of it is luck. I mean, Brandon, you've mentioned the Panthers a couple times. Young came in as a rookie, not hot, as the first round draft pick. And they took him out. They had, I don't even know who replacing him because I don't really watch professional football, to be 100% honest. And then they ended up putting Bryce back in, and he did great. I mean, he really did. When they brought him back, he did a heck of a job. So maybe he just needed a little more time. Maybe he needed that threat of having that taken away from him. Yeah, so I think it is more just lucky people. I feel bad. I feel like Bryce Young doesn't really have a team behind him to be as successful as he could be. I feel like Stroud, when he was drafted to Houston, he had the team behind him. So they were ready for that. They've made it to the playoffs now, I believe both years. So I think it's a lot with the team, how much money they're willing to spend, the team that they have, how they can make it better. But I do feel like it's rigged in the sense of refs making bad calls, or making unfair calls depending on the teams that are playing. Done. Said my piece. Oh, no, one more thing. I'm sorry, Brandon. I also think that everybody knows that Taylor Swift would be at a Chiefs Super Bowl, and so that will up the ratings because of all of her fans. She has a lot of fans. It's going to up the ratings. It's going to up how many people are watching it. And so that part I do also believe is rigged. Now I'm done.
So, I mean, the last, let's just go 10 years. How many times have both of these teams made it to the Super Bowl? Just recently.
Handful of times. So, I mean, first of all, the Chiefs are going for a three-peat, so that's at least three in the last 3 years they've been there. The Eagles have been the last
year before
couple.
that.
Well, so I've never been the biggest football fan. So I have trouble remembering. I always watch the Super Bowl. I always get together with family or friends and watch it because it's fun. But I feel like this seems to usually happen where there's a powerhouse team and then they show up and they do great several years in a row and then you don't really hear about them anymore. I feel like when I was a kid going to parties, there were so many Cowboys fans, that kind of carried over big dynasty years, but now you don't ever really hear people talk about it very much. So I don't know.
All right, so I'm looking back the last 10 years. So since 2015, Philadelphia has gone 1, 2. This is their third time in 10 years. They won it in 2018 against New England. They lost to the Chiefs 2 years ago, and now they're back. The Chiefs, on the other hand, have been 1, 2, 3, 4 times in the last 10 years, 3 being this year and the previous 2, and then in 2020, it's a COVID year.
Wow.
So is it that this Kansas City team is just, hey, this is the new team of the century, and we're just our team of the decade, and we're just gonna roll with them because of who they are and who they have on their team? Is it that? Is it the NFL wants specific teams and only specific teams? Do we think that?
I feel like the number one player in the NFL today is Taylor Swift.
I'm kind of there. So I will say, I think football is a little more. Now, understand when I say this, I mean it as genuinely as I can. I think football is as fair salary wise as you can get. You look at baseball, you look at the NBA. I don't understand how soccer works because there's loans and all this other stuff. But you look at football, baseball. Football is the only one that has a salary cap because it's my understanding the NBA does not, baseball does not. The NFL salary cap currently is set to $255.5 million per team. So if the owner wants to pay a max of $255 million for a team, he can't. Do I think I don't know what the Panthers are, and I'm not going to look it up, but do I think that some teams have an advantage where they can spend the salary cap? Yes. I also think you can go above it. There's just fees and fines and things you have to pay. But I think the NFL's the more fair, God bless you. I think they're more fair than anybody else. Because you really get, like, if we start talking about baseball and how that works right now, you have 5, 6 teams in baseball right now that are elite, and then outside of that, it's bottom of the barrel. God bless you again.
Thank you.
Right? I mean, you're hearing about Juan Soto making some kind of crazy $230 or $240 million over the next handful of years. That's insane. That right there, almost, it's right there at the salary cap for the NFL for one player. You look at Shohei last year, he got a $700 million contract. That's insane. Right? Between him and Freddie Freeman, that's $1 billion between 2 players.
Ooh. So what you're saying is there's no way for one team to spend way more on better players than another team.
Correct.
It's kind of a level playing field in that regard.
Correct. So I think that's very accurate of the NFL, is that they've done a good job trying to keep it where you don't have elites and non-elites. Now, again, if the ownership's willing to pay, if the ownership's not willing to pay, that's one thing. But you can spend up to X amount of dollars. I don't think that the NFL has a script. I don't think that they are running off of a script. I think they kind of see who brings in the most money. And I think they are pushing everything in the direction of, let's make sure these are the teams that are there in the playoffs. Let's make sure these are the teams that somehow or another do well, because they're the ones that bring in the most revenue, and they're the ones that are going to bring us the most views on TV.
Right, right. Yeah, so I would say, man, gosh, yeah, does views and money and fan base, that kind of stuff, does that does that drive a lot of decisions? Probably. I have trouble with discerning how that uh, plays itself out on the field. Like, how does that translate into scoring points and winning games? Because you got, at any point in time, you got 22 people on the field that there's no way you can dictate and define all of their movements and decisions.
100%.
And even the referees, I mean, like you're talking about human beings, right? And so, can you pay them off? Sure, but like, how does that? I just don't think people are okay with that, and it would eventually work itself out to where it became known for sure, and it wasn't just a conspiracy, right?
Correct.
Like, there's just no way to pretend something like that for so long. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just hard to know how.
So I'm not advocating for this, but there was the guy, I don't know who he is. I just saw the video on TikTok. It is what it is. But essentially, he had a press pass. He was able to ask questions to some of the players, and I found it funny. Just in general, I found it really funny. He asked Patrick Mahomes. He's like, "Hey, out of all the refs in the league, obviously they do a good job, whatever." He's like, "Who are the ones you're closest to? Like, who's the ones that are getting Christmas cards?" I'm like, "That's funny." Because it's kind of apparent that like they get these like mass calls that just show up out of nowhere when they need it, and it swings a game, right? Or it's a call not against them, but keeping them in the hopes, right? Kind of like the Bills game. Was Josh Allen over the line of scrimmage? Was he not? You had one line judge saying yes, one that didn't say yes. The one that had the better vantage point did not get the call. It was the one that didn't have the vantage point that got the call, which didn't give Josh Allen the first down, which changed the whole dynamic of that game. And then the same guy that I'm watching asked Travis Kelce, he's like, "Hey, what do you like more? Do you like that you're dating Taylor Swift, or do you like phantom 15-yard passing the roughing the passer penalty?" And I'm like, "Bro, you have some cojones to ask this question." Do you like dating Taylor Swift more, or phantom 15-yard roughing the passer penalties? I loved it because it seems to me that they tend to get some of these, like, I don't know, like you watch the game. Who did the Eagles play prior to? Not Eagles. Who did the
Detroit?
Chiefs play prior to? Let's see. Prior to the Bills. The Texans. So there was a 15-yard roughing the passer penalty that got called. There was no head-to-head contact. It looked clean, but he got called. It's very, I don't know. Again, do I think people get paid off? Sure.
Hey, if you stumble across that clip again with that guy interviewing that,
I will send it. I will send it. It is hilarious. Patrick answers the question about which one do you send a Christmas card to? He answered it really well by just saying, he's like, "You know what? I don't know. I'll have to get with my team and find out who that is." But I'm like, bro, you have to be able to ask these questions in front of people to these players. But Kelce got pissed at his. He got like, he's like, "Good question. Anybody else got one?" Like, he completely got away from it, but you saw his face and he was pissed. So
How would you feel if you were a player on an elite team heading
You
to
don't
the
care.
Super Bowl, and then you found out that kind of stuff was happening. Like you had hard evidence that something was happening behind the
Oh,
scenes to put your team
I'd
where
be
they are.
I'd be asking for a trade quick.
And right, because nobody wants to do that, right? Nobody wants to
Get me
be on
out
a
of here.
team. But so who's doing that? Is anybody doing that?
No.
Which either means it's happening and they don't know about it, or that it's not happening.
Or it's happening and everybody's on board.
Which I don't see that being a scenario.
Not having the majority of people saying they're on board with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would not want to be on a team like that.
Heck no. A halftime show. Is Kendrick Lamar going to crush it? Is it going to be one of the greatest halftime shows of all time? Is he going to sing?
I gotta say no.
Is he going to sing Not Like Us?
I think he will.
Is Drake going to miraculously make an appearance and show up and help perform at the halftime show as it's being talked about?
No.
Somebody will. There's got to be a surprise guest.
There somebody is going on with him. I can't remember who they said.
I know it's a female, but I don't know who it is.
I can't remember who though.
Taylor Swift.
Well, she's gonna be there. Might as well. But no. So I don't think he will be one of the best. I think his performance will be Kesha.
SZA. SZA.
Okay.
SZA.
Yeah. So I think his performance will be probably forgotten in a couple of years. I mean, he's going up against a lot of past greats. You know, we've had Rihanna, we've had Beyonce, we've had Prince. I mean, there have been so many greats who have done the halftime show. I don't think
you didn't even mention
that level.
You didn't even mention the best one over the last couple of years. Dre, Dr. Dre.
Dre. Yeah. He was playing that piano.
Snoop Dogg.
That was hands down one of the best. And I'm sorry, I like Kendrick Lamar. I like his some of his music. I don't think he's at the great level.
It'll be good. It'll be fun.
I do not think Drake will show up. I think that would just be stupid. I think maybe his lawyers will be in the audience waiting to see if he sings Not Like Us. And then he's going to sing Not Like Us, and they will handle that with money after the Super Bowl.
Bingo. All right, let's get off this subject, because if we keep going, we might need attorneys ourselves. Let's get a little nerdy. Let's see if y'all know any of these current Super Bowl attendee players. And yes, they are main names. I'm not going to give y'all like
the third
string punter or second string defensive tackle. I'm not going to do that. All right, so I'm going to give you the hardest one first. All right, so I've got age. So all of them are the same way. I've got age, height and weight, college they attended, their nickname, and a stat.
Congratulations, Brandon.
I will not be very good at this.
All right, this is going to be fun. So, first person is 29 years old. They are 6'4", 205 pounds. They went to Georgia Tech. Their nickname is Butt Kicker. They scored 92 points this year.
I'm out.
That's Butker.
You got a first name, just that?
I don't know his first name. He's a kicker.
Harrison Butker. He's the place kicker.
Woo!
For the team.
Woohoo! 92 points. Yeah, I mean, you know, all those field goal, extra points and all that. Yeah.
I'm surprised you knew his last name. Did you have him? He was on your fantasy team, wasn't he?
Oh, no. On my fantasy team, I always go for
Say his name again because I think the audio cut out.
Young Wei Koo.
I won't tell you why, but Brandon does do that. All right, second player, 27 years old. He is 6 foot, 233 pounds. He went to Penn State. His nickname is Quadzilla. And I won't give you a stat yet.
Quadzilla.
His nickname is Quadzilla.
Well, Rikki, just guess the name.
I'll say this, and then y'all can start guessing. He rushed for 2,005 yards during the regular season.
I was going to say it's a running back for the Eagles, right?
I just need a name. Nobody?
Sorry, I don't know their names.
Saquon Barkley.
Barkley.
All right. Next one. 35 years old. 6'5", 250 pounds. Went to Cincinnati. His nickname is the Kansas City Stallion. And I won't give you a stat yet.
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce. His stat was he dates Taylor Swift.
The Kansas City Stallion. Interesting.
The Kansas City Stallion. Oh gosh, that's terrible. All right, let's go. 26 years old, 6'1", 223 pounds. Went to Oklahoma, and his nickname is Blank Two Shoes.
Why is it blank?
It would be his name.
Goody.
Goody was a good guess, but that's not it.
While Brandon thinks, I would just like to say that I had accidentally muted myself somehow. I did guess Kelsey before Brandon. If you watch the tape, because I
I'll give
knew
you
the nickname, but that's the only
I'll
thing
give you credit.
Okay.
I'll give you credit for that one because you wouldn't lie to me.
No. You can watch the tape. You'll see my mouth moving before Brandon's.
Maybe Nick muted you.
Does that signify that I think Brandon would lie to me?
No.
All right, where are we at?
6'1", 223 pounds.
Yep. 26, 6'1", 223 pounds, went to Oklahoma. His nickname is Blank Two Shoes, and he only threw 5 interceptions all year.
My homie Two Shoes.
Nope, incorrect. So it's the other quarterback, Jalen Hurts. His nickname is Jalen Two Shoes.
Jalen Two Shoes.
I did not know that.
I read this. I read it when I was looking it up. I think it's because he wore two different shoes at one point. I don't know. All right, so 2 more. 29 years old, 6'2", 225 pounds. Went to Texas Tech. Nickname is Showtime.
Well, that's got to be Patrick, right? Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes is that, and
Showtime.
his stat would be that he completely messed up the Gronk spike during the Bills game. You can see that I'm like anti Kansas City right now.
All right, Chief.
I'm gonna let that one slide. All
I'm
right,
just going to start calling you that.
all right, last one. 26 years old, 6 foot, 170 pounds. Went to Alabama. Nickname is Skinny Batman.
It's got to be a wide receiver. I just don't know their names.
Caught 8 touchdowns this year. Skinny Batman.
Skinny Batman. I got nothing.
Same.
Devontae Smith. So I didn't think either one of y'all would be great at it, but I figured I'd try it anyway.
Well, what was Devontae's stat?
What?
You didn't give us his stat. You
Yeah,
stopped it.
he caught 8 touchdown passes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, missed that. Also, I just want to know why you keep talking about all these young guys. I mean, come on.
Well, it's just the ones that I picked. And I was almost going to go with like offensive linemen, defensive linemen, but I'm like, that would be really messed up.
I know we're struggling enough with the main line guys,
names.
names.
I mean, outside of the kicker for the Chiefs, they're all main players.
Yeah.
So, oh well, enjoy Super Bowl Sunday, guys. Enjoy watching whoever wins this one because it doesn't really matter. It might, to be honest, I'm going to call it right now. It might be the most underwatched Super Bowl over the last few years. So
you're going underwatched and Eagles win in a high scoring game. What do we get for the person that's, are we giving away a prize?
If somebody actually hits this spot on, I owe somebody something. I don't know what it'll be. We'll do something.
What if you hit it spot on? We owe you.
Y'all owe me something good.
Would you be willing to wear a T-shirt to work?
A what? No. No. We are not doing that. Now, let me rephrase that. Now, if it was like the Panthers and somebody else, yes, I would do that bet all day. If my team's in it. Neither one of these are my team, and I'm like Rikki, I want them both to lose. Unfortunately, it's just not going to happen.
So does my bet then, if I don't get the score, is my bet that if this does turn out to be one of the lowest watched, that I win because my bet was the winners of the game are the people who don't watch it?
No, I think we're going based on score.
Okay. Damn.
And it's only if you hit it exact. If you don't hit it exact, you don't win.
Okay.
The prize will be something good. It'll be something really good. I'll hook y'all up with something. But if I win, y'all gotta hook me up.
All right.
We got you.
Like 3 episodes that I don't have to edit.
I was gonna say like a dinner at Taco Bell.
I mean, we're about to do that soon anyway. Soccer's starting soon.
I know.
The real football is about to start.
Right.
And that's for us.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Be certain of what you do. Be certain in who you are. We are certain that we're going to be whatever we are. So, see you guys later.